Horticulture is the art and science of growing plants. Oftentimes I hear people ask the question, how do you become a horticulturist and what does a horticulturist do? I went one route to become a horticulturist. I studied horticulture at Clemson. I've got a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. But the real training came here at Riverbanks, and there is no substitute like on-the-job training. A lot of what I do is help manage the staff and our projects that we have planned out, because we do really two kinds of horticulture here. We do horticulture in the zoo, which is collectively referred to as zoo horticulture, and then up in the botanical garden, we do a lot more intensive gardening. And kind of the difference is, on the zoo, we're trying to create a set, the backdrop for the animals. The animals are our talent we bring in. On the garden side, the plants are the talent and should be in the forefront. So it's really two different kind of styles, and we really have to shift our brains kind of when you go from the zoo to the garden and how we're going to do horticulture. We grow a number of different native species in both the zoo and the garden, but we do a couple of interesting projects with native plants here. There's an endangered sunflower that only grows in a couple of counties in North and South Carolina, the Schweinitz sunflower. We've worked on collecting seed of that, so we've housed some plants on site of the sunflower and replanted them from seeds and cuttings. We've also propagated a number of plants ourselves for future reintroduction. And we also do a really cool project with the Rocky Shoals spider lily that grows in the Broad and Congaree rivers right here in Columbia. Those populations have been declining, so we work on collecting seed, growing seed in our facilities, and then reintroducing into the wild. When people think about conservation at Riverbanks Zoo, oftentimes they just think about the animal end of things. We actually encourage a lot of plant conservation, and we think that's really important because plants and animals, they have to interact within the environment, the ecosystem. It's not just one or the other, they all play together. So that's why we really think that focusing on plant conservation is important too and shouldn't be overlooked. Conservation is really important, kind of starting from the ground up. One thing we try to do with both programs for kids and adults alike, and just the things we do at Riverbanks, are encouraging people of all ages to get involved in conservation. There's no better way than getting them started while they're young, and you're also never too old to be conservation minded. We like to give people kind of a big picture of conservation too, and then we also like to give them things that they can do at home. And that's one thing we've really focused on in the botanical garden. We have a program called Planting with a Purpose that encourages people, when they're incorporating new landscapes and existing landscapes, to put pollinator-friendly plants in there so you can attract the bees and butterflies. Working at Riverbanks is a great job. I've been here for 22 years, and what keeps me coming back every day, not only the people I work with, but just the environment I work in. It's very stimulating to see all of these different plants and animals. But what keeps me coming back to horticulture is just I learn something new every day. There's so many cool plants out there, so many that I'm not even familiar with. So it's great to be able to learn about plants and share that information with the public. And that's what I get a big kick out of, is talking to people about plants.